All right, we want you to subscribe to our channel below because we go live every Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So we always release these NFL mailbags, and we get asked all the time, hey, Mitch, hey, Tom, how do I get my question on? The way you do it is if you watch our live shows Monday and Wednesday. So turn on your notifications, subscribe to the channel, use hashtag NFL, or you can super chat. First question coming in is from Jackson Wickett. Today's show is brought to you actually by Jackson Wickett, basically. For all the super chats, appreciate you. Ravens trade first, second-round pick for Jamal Adams.
He says his second super chat also relates to the Baltimore Ravens. So I don't want to give away the goods quite yet, Jackson, because we're going to break down the 8 teams Adams wants to be traded for. So stay tuned for that video. I do think a first and a second, though. I think that's a pretty darn good offer out of the Ravens, and I do think they would be maybe not at the top, but I think they should be near the top.
I agree. I think they're one of the teams that at least have made an offer, which we haven't
They've expressed interest.
totally seen. But, so for me, the Ravens, that secondary, though, would be even more insane if they went out and got a player like Jamal Adams. Let's go to another super chat. Thanks for the $5.99 in California dollars. If you don't know that joke, go watch last week's live video. Who's going to be a better running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire or J.K. Dobbins?
I think for the modern-day NFL, I think that Edwards-Helaire is going to be a perfect fit for what the Chiefs want to do. I actually had Dobbins graded higher than Edwards-Helaire coming out. I think as a pure runner, I'd probably have a little bit more emphasis on Dobbins. But I think having seen where they're drafted, especially early on in their careers, I'm going to go with Edwards-Helaire. He's going to have an easier path to being the number one guy immediately and for multiple years.
For me, I like J.K. Dobbins because I think the Ravens are actually going to run the football more. And if I'm looking at just this year alone, I think his numbers will be better than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Bet? Okay, sounds good. Tom, I don't know if you watch our Chiefs channel, but I saw these just gross, disgusting yellow NFL jerseys from the Chiefs. And it made me think of this question.
As I call it.
Name the worst NFL jersey ever. I'll tell you what, the Chiefs yellow, they got to be up there.
For Mitch, it wasn't a real jersey.
It wasn't a real jersey. Oh, man, no. I hope not, because it was just horrid to watch.
Where's my piece of paper here? Hold on.
Horrid to watch. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
I was going to draw a big L.
Creamsicle ones, I think, are gross.
No, those are awesome. Oh, You're so wrong. The creamsicles are awesome, and producer Brett can be quiet, too. You're saying the Cowboys one with the stars on the shoulders. You just named 2 of the 3 best jerseys.
What about the Bumblebees from the Steelers?
No, those are trash. That was going to be my answer. The Bumblebee Steelers ones are absolutely gross.
Somebody said, Winston Chan said Steeler, the Bees, the Browns just in general.
I
Rams jerseys.
I see Texans Battle Red. I actually like those.
Battle Red?
I like those ones in
there. If you have one of these horrible NFL jerseys or if you're looking for a new jersey, we are able to hook you up here at Chat Sports. And also, these are under $80. In fact, before I came on the show today, I saw that some of them were even as low as $54.99. Now, it is only a limited time offer, so if you're watching this live, I would probably go try to take advantage of the deal now. If you watch this a little bit later in the week, I believe on Thursday, you might have missed your chance. So it's another reason to watch us live. So go to chatsports.com/jersey deal because for a limited time only, as you can see on screen, you can get them as low as $54.99. They are high-quality jerseys. They're Nike. It'll be in the comments. It'll be in the description. Go rep your favorite team in case you are wearing, an ugly jersey. Let's go to my man, Alejandro Martinez. What up, my boy? What do you think about Adams trying to go to them Cowgirls? It doesn't surprise me because it's a team he grew up liking.
No, he grew up in Dallas. He was not a Cowboys fan.
What team was he a fan of?
Giants.
That's right. For the Giants. But yes, he is from Dallas, and when I think about a team that could really pay him the money, plus he can get a lot of money in incentives, it seems to be the team that he wants to go to, but
I think we need to be very clear that, and maybe I haven't done a good enough job of this, Cowboys fans, just be prepared for this to be Earl Thomas 2.0. So that's all I'm going to say. Just be prepared for it. It is a possibility.
So make sure that you guys are using hashtag NFL in the comments, or the easiest way to kind of get on the show, jump the line, because there are a lot of questions coming in, is the Super Chat, which we did get another one from the doctor. And I mean, come on, doctors know all. So Dak versus Derek Carr, Zeke versus Josh Jacobs. Who's the better quarterback, Dak or Derek Carr? Let us know. Type D for Dak, or you can type C for Carr. As much as I like Carr, I'm going to type Dak because I do think he's better. And then Zeke or Jacobs, as much as I love Josh Jacobs, I still got to go with Zeke. So I mean,
I appreciate your honesty.
I think the difference is Zeke's a little bit more involved in the passing game. If Josh can be a little bit more in the passing game, I think it's great, but it's not taking a shot at Jacobs. I mean, Zeke's, in my opinion, a top 3 running back. Let's go to another super chat we got from a 49ers fan. Tart and a first for Jamal Adams.
Well, David, stay tuned for our Jamal Adams trade segment that'll be out on the channel here because might see a similar trade potentially. I'll make the same note I'll make now. I think, A, you have to begin with a first-round pick. In most cases, spoiler alert, or at least maybe tease is the proper term there. The other key part here is that, remember, for the Jets, you might think, oh, they're trading away Jamal Adams, send them a safety, that makes sense. And it does for San Francisco. And they could still use Tart, whether it be in terms of as maybe a linebacker or just put with an extra safety. They also drafted Ashton Davis in round 3 this year. You might just roll with Davis and Marcus May as your 2 options. So keep that in mind when you're shopping Tart. I think it still makes some sense, but I don't think Tart necessarily drastically moves the needle in a way you might think.
Appreciate the super chat, David. Let's go to Aaron Skaggs, who needs to get a picture. Is there a chance for the Seahawks to get either Colin or Cam for their backup quarterback? As there's a chance for the Seahawks to trade for Joe Thune? So they have Geno Smith. You have Anthony Gordon, the UDFA from Washington State. For me, I would take Colin Kaepernick and Cam both over Geno Smith. There's no doubt about that. It's just I don't know if the Seahawks ultimately do that. And then Joe Thune, I think for the Seahawks, does kind of actually make sense.
I think Kaepernick makes sense as a backup. I don't know if Cam wants to be a backup. As for Thune, again, the Patriots aren't really any closer on an extension at this point. Pretty good chance he plays under the franchise tag. If Seattle were to trade for him, you would assume it would also come in addition to a contract extension.
Correct.
Maybe it's around a second-round pick that ends up being involved in that potential trade. I'm not convinced that the Seahawks want to bring on that expensive of a guard, given they just drafted Damian Lewis. So I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were a Seahawks fan for landing him.
Let's go to Jalen, who looks like he's a Broncos fan. If your money was on the line, which defense would you place your bet on? The 2013 Seattle Seahawks, Legion of Doom, or the 2015 Denver Broncos championship?
For starters,
what did I say?
You went full Ron Burgundy and read what it was. He wrote Legion of Doom. It was the Legion of Boom.
That's fair.
I
got to go Seahawks.
I don't know. I might go Denver because that offense sucked.
The offense was very
bad. The Seahawks
bad.
offense was at least palatable. That Denver Broncos offense was complete trash.
Yeah, but that Seahawks team absolutely, they were
There
incredible.
really isn't a wrong answer here.
That's fair.
Yeah. No, that's Peyton. I was still saying Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning sucked that year.
Peyton Manning was bad.
He was bad. He got benched for Brock Osweiler that year. He was bad.
So I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks. Tom's going to go with
Denver,
the Broncos.
but it's close.
There's really
no wrong answer, frankly.
Let's go to David. What's up, David? With Deebo and James out, Dez to the 49ers.
Sure, I guess. I know that Dez kind of tweeted about it, and that's all it needs to have stuff get going here. I'm not convinced that you'll see Dez end up going to San Francisco. I think that you'll be able to get Deebo back soon enough that it would work out. Plus, you maybe you give Dante Pettis a bigger shot here. Maybe they could even pursue someone who might fit that scheme with her. They clearly want after-catch players.
Yeah.
At this point in his career, that's not Dez. So it is possible. I'm just not convinced it ends up going down.
Here we got another super chat from Alejandro. Appreciate it. Would a Chris Jones for Jamal Adams make sense for the Jets and the Chiefs?
I don't think it would make enough sense for the Jets because you have enough defensive linemen. They have to stop. And that's not a knock against Chris Jones by any means. But all that is, it just continues to add talent where you don't need more of it. You're going to have to pay Chris Jones a whole bunch of money. Now you've invested all of those picks, all that money into one spot in defense. You're trying to go get more edge rushers. So that's an issue for the Chiefs to juggle. Maybe they would do it. I just don't think it makes enough sense for the Jets side of it.
Got another question rolling in here. Make sure you guys are using hashtag NFL or you can super chat. Hey, Chat Sports. A month ago, there was the Brady Manning golf match. What should be the next mic'd up golf match? Antonio Brown versus Mike Mayock or Richard Sherman versus Michael Crabtree? Thanks.
I'm going to go with Sherman and Crabtree because I don't think many of the words Antonio Brown would say would be able to make it through TV. But I do think I do think that Sherman, Crabtree, sorry ass will be able to make it on air.
Yeah.
I think that would end up being okay.
How about instead of Antonio Brown, any other wide receiver? Maybe a guy like who's also fun and entertaining on social media, like Stephon Diggs. What do you think? Yeah? Can we get a Stephon Diggs?
Yeah.
Speaking of Stephon Diggs, so he used to play for the Vikings. He's now with the Buffalo Bills. When I think of both of these teams, I think they're actually very, very hard to predict on who is going to have more wins in 2020. And maybe y'all can help me out a little bit. So who is going to have more wins, type V for Vikings or type B for Buffalo Bills?
I'm going to go Buffalo.
You think?
Yeah, and I'm kind of quick on that draw there. A, because I saw it in advance, so I had time to think about it. B, for Buffalo here, I have a little bit more faith in how that roster is constructed because I've seen them play as a unit. We'll see if Dalvin Cook actually, chooses to hold out for Minnesota. We'll see what that revamped defense looks like for Minnesota. That's a totally new defense for a lot of the key positions. That's a significant concern. I think Buffalo is still a team on the rise, and I actually feel more confident about them winning their division this year than I do Minnesota.
I do agree with that. So V for Vikings, B for Buffalo. It looks like 80% of the votes coming in were for the Buffalo Bills. So we're going to go from Bills, Vikings to America's team. Who are your top 5 quarterbacks, top 5 receivers, and top 5 running backs? So actually, we've had videos out on our top 5 quarterbacks and top 5 running backs. I think Tom and I's top 5 quarterbacks are relatively the same. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, Deshaun Watson, in some order or not. And then top 5 running backs for me, I would say Christian McCaffrey, Ezekiel Elliott, Saquon Barkley. I'll throw Alvin Kamara in there.
Okay.
And then Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb.
I think Chubb's going to enter into that discussion pretty easily.
And then top 5 receivers, DeAndre Hopkins,
Julio
Jones,
Michael Thomas,
Devontae Adams.
and then I'm going to put Tyreek Hill in there.
Okay.
And I think you have room for one, if not multiple, of those Bucs receivers too.
Make sure that you're using hashtag NFL, or you can super chat to get your questions on the show. This one's coming in from Bosco Gamer. Will the Cardinals sign Cam or Colin Kaepernick, or will they stick with Brett Hundley?
I don't think you'd see the Cardinals pursue Colin Kaepernick. I don't think Newton wants to go to Arizona where the only way he gets on the field is with injury. So if Murray gets hurt, I think they would pretty quickly pick up the phone to call Cam Newton. I don't think Brett Hundley's very good, and I'm not saying that just because he sucks at Madden when I try to have to play with him. I don't think maybe either of those guys really fits, though, the Kingsbury offense. I
think that's the issue.
You could certainly utilize Kaepernick's legs, but if you want to run more of that true air raid offense, that let Murray sling it offense, I'm not sure Kaepernick fits that right now. You could try it. I'm just not sure it's the best path.
So I want you to be honest with us, okay? Are you wearing a face mask in public? Whether that's going to the grocery store, maybe to a restaurant, or like me, I walk to work and I wear a face mask. And I do think it's important that, we are starting to be able to kind of go out, do a little bit more, but we still need to be responsible, and I think that's important. So let me know in the comments. I want you to type Y for yes or, an N for no if that's what you're going to do. For me personally, I am typing my Y for yes, and I see Ryan Wilson, he's typing his N for no. Gardner Minshew's typing his N for no. Kevin Otto. So to all y'all typing your N for no, maybe it's because you don't have a nice face mask. Well, I want you to listen up. Go to chatsports.com/NFL mask, where you're going to be able to get one for only $14.99. They will ship in 2 days, so whatever team that you like to rep, you can shout it out in the comments. We're going to be able to direct you to get that mask. It'll be in the comments, description. They're very comfortable. They don't hurt your ears. Honestly, I've had now a lot of different masks, and this one that we give you, I promise you, it'll be the most comfortable.
And that shipping time has come down, by the way. It was a little bit longer, but those individual masks will ship out quicker. So go check them out. It is at chatsports.com/NFL mask. And don't worry, we'll put that link for you guys in the comments and in the description.